Are you a team leader or a broker owner looking to add people to your team and you've just had a hard time finding the right one, or you've hired a lot of the wrong ones? I've got some solutions for you today. This is Tad Fulford with Rise Up in Real Estate, and I want to give you 4 quick things that you can do to help yourself improve your results with hiring team members. Number 1, you have to hire right. What I mean by that is there better be a set of standards. You better have a job description. You better have a vision. You better hire the right person when you're looking for someone. Don't get to the point where you need someone so badly that you lower your standards. You have to have a set of core values. You have to have a mission statement and a vision. You have to have an expectation of what this person is headed towards with you. In my experience, it's always been better to hire before you need to. Like a lot of times when there's a need and it's urgent, you're going to hire the wrong person. I actually have a 15-step process that I go through when I'm interviewing anyone, and that's what you should have as well, is a very thorough process. Not just, hey, I need a buyer's agent, let's add this next person, they have a few transactions. Make sure you know who they are and how well they fit. Number 1, hire right. Number 2, have specific performance standards. Like have a job description, have a list of things that they need to be about every day. You need to tell them those things. You need to communicate them clearly. You need to say, hey, here is your job description. Here are the things that you need to do on a daily basis. It's not just, hey, go chase leads. That's not all it is. It should be deeper than that. It should be more thorough than that. It should be more clear than that. And you have to communicate it to them in the hiring process. You need to let them know what you expect. You need to say, hey, this is what we're looking for and this is where we're headed. Trust me, if you take a buyer's agent or an administration person and you give them a job description before they come on board, they'll be completely impressed. They won't have that from other people. Other people are just out there hiring, putting a body in a spot, seeing if they can convert some leads, and then moving on. And before you know it, when you get 2, 3, 5, 10 of those people and they don't have specific standards and they haven't been hired according to a plan, now you've got a problem. Now your productivity is going to go down and there's going to be less effectiveness. There's going to be more complaining. There's going to be more looking at each other and saying, hey, what are you doing? What am I doing? Be very specific with the performance standards and make sure you let them know. Number 3, and you're going to love this one because I use the A word on a very regular basis on these videos. Number 3 is accountability. You have to meet on a regular basis and hold them accountable to those performance standards. Don't be afraid to meet them weekly and say, how did your week go? Have specific questions that you ask them that draw them back to those performance standards. Maybe it's a percentage of converts that you want from phone calls, or maybe it's appointments that you need set each week on a regular basis, but you need to hold them accountable to those performance standards. Standards without accountability are just words. Do you hear that? Standards without accountability are just words. You have to hold them to the thing that you want. Also, I should make a side note. Be open to discuss with these new hires what they expect. Let them tell you how they want to be led as well. Be willing to have an open conversation, even about the performance standards that you've set for them. Be open to that, and you'll find that perfect job description for that new hire. The last thing that you need to do in order to find that perfect team member or to make sure that you don't hire the wrong ones ever again is make sure that you fire right. The first step was hire right. The 4th step is to fire right. Don't be afraid to get rid of the wrong ones. When you hire them, you should have an expectation. In my opinion, my recommendation is a 90-day trial period. Be very clear up front that you're going to do this for 90 days, and we're going to check with you weekly. We're going to meet you according to these performance standards. We're going to see how you're doing, and then we're going to check at 90-day mark, exactly on the 90th day. We're going to sit down and have a powwow, and we're going to say, is this working out for you? Is this working out for me? I had a great mentor of mine. You've heard this before. You hire slow and you fire quickly. That's what you need to do. You need to make sure that you're not afraid to get rid of the wrong ones. If you let the wrong ones linger, it will begin to affect the right ones. So don't be afraid. And also, as a side note, the last thing I'll say today is if you have the right team member, if at that 90-day mark or even before or after you realize that you got the perfect team member, you can't believe how great they fit, how well they match the core values that you've set forth, how well that they are performing according to the performance standards, and they're adding value to the rest of the team by bringing contribution, you need to make sure that you recognize and reward reward. Recognize and reward. Don't be afraid to put those people on a pedestal. Find out what their love language is and reward them according to that love language. If they like trophies, get them a trophy. If they like cash, get them cash. If they like time off, give them time off. But know what their motivation is, what really rings their bell, and don't be afraid to do that for them if you found the right team member. So stop struggling hiring the wrong people. Stop losing productivity and traction and moving forward by not hiring enough of the right people. If you need an admin or you need a team member, do these 4 things and your team will perform more effectively. Don't be afraid, set some standards, hold them accountable, and move forward and be successful. This is Tad Fulford with Rise Up in Real Estate, and as always, I hope this video helps you rise up.